So I fucked up. I gave it another chance. All those Twitter attacks got to me there, and they made some good points, So it's not all my fault. They said, maybe you just want to hate it. Maybe because it's not The Walking Dead, you're coming down too hard on it. Uh, Maybe you are only hating on it because you think it makes better videos. And I thought maybe they're right. And yeah, it's a bad idea for two reasons. One, the episode wasn't good. The show's not good. Two, here I am again, melting in the backyard, doing another rant. Uh, Quick side note: Phoenix in summer is not designed for Walking Dead rants. I'm dying. But let's see if I can run through the show. Starts off, the government comes, the military. So, of course, that's always seen with some kind of suspicion. Now, we don't know if it is or isn't suspicious at this point. Um, and then the kid, the not the heroin kid, other kid, he's sitting on a roof and he sees some flashing and he's like, "Oh my God, there's people alive out there," and that's his big thing. So, but we don't really know what it is. They're like, "Hey, I thought I saw some flashes." So okay. Then we move on. Government guys are all, "Hey, everything's being taken care of. Don't worry, you're the lucky ones." And of course, no one believes that because it's from the government, and the government is always bad. So, strong-willed woman decides, "I'm going to go check things out," and she sneaks out and sees a bunch of bodies, and she's very upset by that because some of them didn't look like they had turned. Well, okay, well, they got shot. They fucked up and got shot. Guess what? That's what happens in a zombie apocalypse. But of course, we're all supposed to feel like that's wrong. Then ex-wife, doctor, or boring guy's ex-wife is a nurse, and heroin guy's enjoying the pool, and the mom goes, "I've got your medicine," and he's like, "Oh, I don't need it. I'm quitting." None of us knew that was true. We all knew. It was like, this kid's a dick. Um, so it turns out he's breaking into someone's house and stealing their IV, to get high. All right. And in his defense, he's not getting high. He's just getting normal so he doesn't get sick. But, who gives a shit? Really. And I'm not saying that lightly. No one cares. And then, and this is my favorite part. Then, of course, the minorities are the wise minorities. The Latino, he has a lot to offer. He tells a story, and it's not lost on me that they found the Latino and he's not Mexican because Hollywood seems to consider Mexicans less than exotic, I guess. So he's from El Salvador, and also apparently there's not one brown person on the planet who doesn't talk with an accent. Now, I am half Mexican, and I think I speak pretty well, but according to TV, I have no grasp of the English language whatsoever. I basically beat it up like Evander Holyfield's face. Um, but that's that about that. Oh, by the way, you're allowed. I mean, I grew up in California. I've never met one person from El Salvador. They found the one. They found him, and he survived a zombie apocalypse. But anyway, we'll move on from that. So then the government comes and starts taking people away to the hospital, but we're not supposed to trust them, so we know something's up. And they want to take the woman with the hurt foot and the heroin kid. And of course, that causes a ruckus. And they tell heroin kid, "Run!" And so he does. And then, of course, they're all, "Hey, well, let me talk to somebody." And then strong-willed white woman jumps in there and starts grabbing people, and no one shoots her. No one hits her. No one kicks her in the stomach repeatedly. No one shanks her in the kidney. All of these would have been viable options, in my opinion, especially the shanking. That would just be great if she got prison shanked. But then they do beat the shit out of Heroin Kid, but at this point, he sucks so bad I don't even care if he gets beaten up. I'm like, he's a horrible actor, and his storyline's horrible, and the show's horrible. So, we'll just move on from there. And then at the end, boring guy, teacher guy, he climbs up a hill because he's like all bummed out. And we find out what the flashes were. They're muzzle flashes from a gun. Apparently, the government's shooting people. And he's like, oh, God, no. And then they cut to the daughter who's writing a letter to her boyfriend, I guess. And she's being very philosophical, telling us that basically what they're telling us is, hey, teens have something to offer. If only we could see the world through the eyes of a teen. I was a teen. I had nothing to offer. Believe me, most of them don't. That's why we don't put them on juries, because they're idiots. So that's pretty much how it ended. As you can see, I'm not impressed. I tried to look at it from outside of the box. It's just not a good show. It's doesn't have the greatness that The Walking Dead had. It's just every canned storyline rolled into one, and it's just horrible. And this has nothing to do with the show, but stop showing Heroes commercials. Heroes was a stupid show. No one liked it. That's why it went off the air. Please don't bring it back, which they're going to do. NBC, proven to the world you still suck. Other than that, in the time it's taken me to make this stupid video, I've sweat through my shirt. So I am going inside.